At a press engagement on Friday, October 7, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Reverend Dr. Amishadai Usuamwa, noted that all efforts are being made to rope in the informal sector into Ghana's tax net. This objective, he noted, informed GRA's ambitious rollout of digital platforms, including the electronic VAT system. He is optimistic the measures put in place so far will yield benefits to shore up domestic revenue.
The E-VAT that we are introducing, it is no longer the case where you have to write the forms, and also it is something that is connected to your system, such that when you are actually selling, GRA sees what you are selling, and if you are not selling, the system actually prompts that this particular taxpayer or this particular office or this particular shop is not selling. If you even slow down on your selling, it will still tell us. And so these measures helps to do compliance. And one of the things that GRA in our strategy is compliance through technology and system-built compliance, rather than compliance through walking around and trying to, just like what we see us doing with the VAT vigilation and the writing of the things in there. It's not the best way to do it. That's what you see in the shops. But because we don't have the technology, we have to do it that. But with technology, we don't need to be doing those things. Our experience and our investigations have shown that sometimes people at the time of trading have various ways of even passing the transaction somewhere. And therefore, as I said, the ultimate way is the e-invoicing that we are introducing. But as you heard from today's session, it will take a bit of time to introduce to the whole country. We have started with about 50, which is the first phase, and we're hoping that this 50 will end by the end of the year. By 2023, second quarter, we hope to cover all our large taxpayers. And you know the large taxpayers, I have said, contribute about 70% of domestic tax. So if you cover them, then it means that even though we haven't covered a lot of the small taxpayers, we have significant revenue coming through. And by the end of the third year, 2024, to cover the whole country.
He has been explaining the form of engagement the International Monetary Fund, IMF, had with the GRA as the government looks forward for a bailout.
The engagement is not basically on auditing of the numbers, but engagement on both administrative and policy reforms and discussions. So they look at some of the policies, look at some of the administrative, and then we discuss and see where there are any recommendations for improvement, and where there are also commendations for what we are already doing and what we can do more. And so once it's all done, we will be able to, and then internally we have also discussed, we'll be able to know where there are any agreed policy initiatives that needs to be carried on and agreed administrative things that we need to also implement. So these are basically the discussions that are ongoing.
The Commissioner General also noted that the authority has advanced plans to auction confiscated goods to the general public in the coming weeks. The platform, he said, was intended to eliminate corruption and enhance transparency. On the issue of the electronic transfer levy, Dr. Amishadai believes the outcome of a recently conducted survey will unearth outcomes that will inform government's decision on reviewing the policy.
You are aware that when we started E-Levy, we did engage. There were the town halls and the other things, there were opportunity, parliament and all those things. And so once the thing has gone, like in every system that you introduce, once you introduce, you do a post-implementation review. For example, there were a number of exemptions that were introduced. And for my little time in taxation, one of the things I've noticed that whenever you introduce exemptions, you give room for possible evasion and possible avoidance, because sometimes people try to use the exemption to try and find out. Supposing that we say that there's no exemption, for example, then there's no way of somebody trying to look at it and say, okay, if I send it from this person to that person, and I go to the agent and I let the agent send to that person, in that case I'll dodge it. So once you do any implementation, and even as I speak now, we are doing post-implementation review of ICAMs, post-implementation review of our domestic system. So this is a post-implementation review, and the survey is important for us to identify. And then, as you have heard, the Honorable Minister of Finance have said that we will be reviewing the E-Levy, and
an appropriate time, if there's a need for any changes, it will be made available. So that is why we are doing the survey and to inform us for further improvements.